I watched as he knelt down, his eyes meeting the child's for the first time without barriers. "Hey there," he said softly. My child looked up at me for reassurance before shifting their gaze to him. "Are you my daddy?" His breath hitched, and for the first time, I saw something raw in his eyes. Regret. Pain. Longing. "Yes," he whispered. "I am." Silence stretched between us, heavy and uncertain. "Why weren't you there?" The innocent question cut through the air like a blade. His face crumbled, and for a moment, I almost felt sorry for him. Almost. "I didn't know," he admitted. "But I want to be here now. If you'll let me." I swallowed hard. Could I trust him? Could I let him in after all the years of pain? My child reached out hesitantly, small fingers grazing his hand. "Okay," they said simply. And just like that, the past and present collided, forcing me to make a choice I never thought I'd have to face. I should have walked away. I told myself I owed him nothing. But as I watched my child take his hand, something inside me wavered. The man who had once let me slip away was now desperate to stay. And no matter how much I wanted to hate him, I couldn't ignore the pain in his eyes, the regret that lingered in every word he spoke. "I want to be here," he said, his voice low. "For both of you." I crossed my arms, heart pounding. And what happens when you decide to leave again? What happens when you realize being a father isn't convenient for you? He exhaled sharply. "I deserve that. But I'm not leaving. Not again." Silence stretched between us, thick with unspoken words. My child squeezed his hand before looking up at me, their innocent gaze piercing through my defenses. "Mommy, can we go to the park with him?" I hesitated. Letting him in meant risking everything. But could I deny my child the chance to know their father? Against my better judgment, I nodded. "Just the park. Nothing more." And just like that, the first crack in my walls appeared. I sat on a park bench, watching them. My child ran ahead, giggling as he chased after them, his laughter blending with theirs. For a moment, it felt normal. He caught my gaze from across the playground, something unspoken passing between us. Slowly, he walked over and sat beside me, his presence both familiar and foreign. "I never stopped thinking about you," he admitted, his voice barely above a whisper. I clenched my fists. "Thinking about me didn't change anything. It didn't stop you from moving on." He ran a hand through his hair, frustration evident. "I didn't move on. I tried to forget, but I couldn't. And now that I know the truth, I won't walk away again." I wanted to believe him. But trust wasn't something easily rebuilt. "Prove it," I said simply. "Not with words. With actions." And with that, I left him sitting there, knowing that if he truly meant what he said, he wouldn't let me down again.